It's the book of Alpha running, man, homie. Read it or weep.
I was getting ready to train a client, and man, I had a little time to, just think to myself for a second. And I was thinking about how people tend to always envy the position you've attained in life. They want the position. They would love to have the position, but they don't have the work ethic. They don't want to put in the effort, put in the amount of work that you put in to get where you are. And so some of those people end up being leeches and others end up being haters. Those are the only two people that come from that. People who see you and aren't motivated enough to follow your lead and do the steps that you've done to get where you are. See, if you have never seen success, if you're in the inner city, you grew up in the inner city, all you ever saw was inner city life. The only people you ever saw with money were D-boys, pimps, strippers. You know what I'm saying? And that's understandable. But if you have a sparkling, shining example of someone who went the legit route and is really getting money, then you don't really have an excuse to sit and say, well, I'm going to do the wrong thing to get money. I'm going to do this to get money. You don't have that. You don't have that. You can't use that excuse. You don't have the excuse of not being willing to put in hard work because you don't know where the hard work is going to lead. When you have an example of the hard work and the results from the hard work, and it's very impressive, something to strive toward, and you don't capitalize on that, then you're just lazy. Period. There's no other way around that. You're just lazy. If you have one reason to believe it's going to be successful, then it may be worth the effort. If you can't find one single reason that any endeavor may not be worth the effort, then that's the only time you don't put forth the effort. But if you have an example of someone in front of you who's successful and who's gone the less traveled route, hard work over years to get to a final result, you've seen it work. You can't even be convinced that positivity doesn't work because you've seen an example of it. So stop looking at people, envying what they have, wishing you were there. I tell my clients the same thing. There are people who want to be fit, and there are people who wish they were fit. See, the people who wish they were fit ain't gonna do shit about it. They're just gonna keep wishing, fantasizing, hoping that they can pop a pill or do a shake for 10 days or do a water diet or something and get in the best shape of their lives. But they're sadly mistaken. But hey, there's a multi-billion-dollar industry just preying on those people. People who believe they can find fitness in a pill or something quick, who just aren't going to put in the amount of hard work it takes. It may take you 5 years to get as fit as you want to be. Are you willing to work 5 years for fitness? So that's the same way I look at everything else. Like, if you look at something and you say you want it, but you don't ever work toward it, you don't want it. You wish you had it. So what we're talking about here is wants and wishes. So it's just all about what you want in life, man. If you want something, then you work for it. If you don't, then you just focus on something that you do want. You don't have any time to waste, man. You can't be wasting your whole life here, man, jumping from thing to thing to thing, talking about, I think I want this, I really don't want it. I think I want this, I really don't want it. Man, you don't know when your last day here is going to be. And so you have to take every day, man, doing the thing that you want to do and doing it as hard and in as dedicated a manner as you can. And everybody around you will be happier people because you'll have people around you who support that. People around you of like minds. Man, you won't take good people in your life and create negative energy with them, to the point where you destroy valuable relationships. Take it from me, man. I'm telling you what I know. If I tell you anything, man, it's from experience, not just my experience, man, others' experience. There's a lot of situations that, I've been blessed to learn a lot of things. So many lessons. I learned the majority of my lessons from watching other people's mistakes, and I'm blessed in that way.
The book of Alpha running, uncut, too raw for YouTube. Available now at bookofalpharunningme.com.
So many lessons. I learned the majority of my lessons from watching other people's mistakes, and I'm blessed in that way. So if I tell you anything, man, listen. I'm not Dr. Phil. I don't profess to be Dr. Phil. But I know a whole lot about real life that you may not be able to find in a book. That's just the bottom line. I've had a myriad of failures. I've had a myriad of successes. And really, they all cancel each other out. Because at the end, all I have is my balls and my word. That's all I got. That's it. When it all boils down, when it's time to go to bat, the only person I know for a fact is going down with me like a soldier to the very end is myself. And that's the alpha mentality. You came in this world by yourself, you're going to die by yourself. You develop mutually beneficial relationships throughout your life, and you'll end up having people that respect you, people that value your input on their life. So, you'll have to understand that this life is about loving yourself enough to do the things you love, man. Love it. If you don't love it, if you don't want it enough to do whatever it takes to get it, then you don't want it. Stop wasting time. In closing, man, just let me say this. If there's anything in your life that you're working toward, with any level of effort, separate those things. Ask yourself this question about each one. Do I want it so much that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it and keep it? If the answer is no, eliminate those things from your life. You're wasting a bunch of life energy on those things that you could be dedicated to the things that you really do want so much that you would do anything for it. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too deep. Peace.